My next patron question is from Benjamin, who wants to know what my thoughts are on Netflix's animation department as a whole. So for the past few years, Netflix has been investing quite a lot in animation and helped produce a bunch of animated movies and shows through their in-house animation division. They've employed a lot of talent and provided a decent amount of animated productions to help bolster their streaming service. It makes sense as animation remains widely popular and these have the numbers to prove it. This is not to say there have not been any disappointing decisions made, which I'll get to, but overall I have been satisfied with what has been released on the platform. First out of the gate was Sergio Pablos' delightful Christmas movie Klaus. This was exactly the kind of anime movie Netflix should be investing in. It was a passion project for the director that had been rejected by several studios who saw it as too risky. However, Netflix recognized the potential in an original animated Christmas film that could be a favorite every holiday season and picked it up. I really liked Klaus, and it was a film they even pushed quite heavily when it was originally released, and the awards attention it received, including an Oscar nomination, multiple Annie Awards, and a BAFTA win, certainly made it something Netflix could be proud of. The viewing numbers were pretty strong too. Since then, Netflix Animation has produced a few animated features per year, with 2022 having the most. It's been a mix of family films with more adult fare, with the most notable being Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. That one is my favorite out of all the movies produced by Netflix Animation, and its Oscar for Best Animated Feature was well deserved. Netflix has been longing to win Best Picture, something I don't quite see happening this year, but that they managed to win Best Animated Feature shows that's something they should continue to invest in. Like Klaus, Pinocchio was another movie that its directors were trying to make for years without much studio interest until Netflix called. It's also neat to see them backing the newest films from Henry Selick, Nora Twomey, Chris Pern, Chris Williams, and Richard Linklater. The upcoming animated features, like a Christmas movie from Locksmith Animation and an adaptation of Roald Dahl's The Twist, also look promising. It's great to see such a variety in the types of movies they've greenlit and released. Netflix Animation has also produced a lot of television shows. I've not seen all of them, but the ones I've given a look have a lot to appreciate. One of my favorites is Kid Cosmic, a comic book-inspired romp created by Craig McCracken. It featured a lot of fun characters, a great sense of humor, and plenty of solid drama and interplanetary hijinks. I also love the visual look of the show, which is made to look like the comics of McCracken's youth. He also said Netflix gave him the opportunity to finally make a more serialized show. I also liked the Cuphead show a lot, which captured the look and feel of the Fleischer cartoons it was paying homage to and provided plenty of laughs during its run. A mini-series I liked was Maya and the Three, created by Jorge Gutierrez. It showcased a lot of imagination, and Gutierrez and his team did a lot of neat things with the characters and the animation. Now there is something I want to mention regarding Kid Cosmic and the Cuphead show. Even though Netflix lists them as having 3 seasons, which gives the impression they were made separately, that's not accurate. All the episodes were produced at the same time, but released months apart, with Netflix making it seem like they ordered new seasons. Netflix even tweeted after the first batch of episodes were released that the Cuphead show is officially renewed for Season 2. Except it wasn't. Netflix ordered 36 episodes to be produced from the beginning, and I find it odd that a social media account would be so blatantly dishonest. They did get flack for that, which could have been avoided if they instead tweeted more episodes of the Cuphead show coming this summer. So I do have that criticism of how the animated shows are handled. And like many people, I do find myself disappointed the projects that were announced and then dropped or cancelled. Now this is something to be expected when various projects enter development at the studio and the possibility always exists of them not moving forward. But some of these cancellations are a little odd. For example, even though Klaus was successful for Netflix, they decided to pass on Sergio Pablos' next animated movie, Ember. He'll still be allowed to shop it around to other potential distributors, but it was still surprising to see. One I was sad to see not move forward is an animated series based on Jeff Smith's Bone. He's been trying for years to make an adaptation of his beloved comic book series, and this felt like it was the closest to coming to fruition, so Smith has said he was especially disappointed at this development. There's already a devoted and existing audience for this, so I have no idea why Netflix decided to pass on it. This does call into question other Netflix animation projects. One whose announcement got a lot of fanfare was Redwall, with Over the Garden Wall creator Patrick McHale directing. However, McHale revealed not too long ago that he is no longer involved, and he does not know what Netflix is doing with it. Back in 2018, Gravity Falls creator Alex Hirsch announced he had signed a deal to create shows for Netflix, and so far we have seen nothing. The closest we've gotten is him serving as an executive producer on Inside Job. Overall, despite the occasional disappointing decision, I do think Netflix Animation has done a lot of good work over the first few years of its existence and produced some exciting projects that maybe would not have been made elsewhere. Thank you for your question, Benjamin.